2019, I had a young kid in the audience. He was about 22 years old. And he said to me, he goes, I don't know if I can get ahead in America today. And I looked at him and I looked at my hands and I said, young man, you're 22 years old growing up in America today. This is the greatest time of opportunity in our country for young people in the history of our country if elected officials make sure that we have government being efficient, so you're not wasting your time and your resources in college classrooms which are giving you a degree that is not panning out to put food on the table. Two, we make sure you have a pathway to real success, not forcing everybody to get a college degree, because that's what happened to me and my generation. And we quickly realized just because you got a piece of paper doesn't mean you're on a pathway to being successful. So what I prefer to do with our time and with the resources of the state of Florida is not theorize about the damage of race and racism and slavery, etc., from previous iterations of America's history. Should we know about it? Of course, that's knowing your history. Should we dwell on it and have it shape the worldview of our citizens going forward? No, we should not. We should not tell a young white kid that they now have to take a step back for another kid. We should tell all our kids, this is how it works. You have to work hard. You have to be passionate. You got to be focused. A lot of times when you're building success, you're building a business. You built the business.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Did you build that business worrying about anybody else?
Actually, no, I didn't. I built that business worrying about myself, my future, and who I wanted to be in this world and who I wanted to show up as.
Hey. You said it better than I could.
Thank you.
And that's rare, because it's rare somebody says it better than I do, but you did. But that's the path to success. The path to success is what you just described. So I commend you for that. I commend you for that. Thank you.
Thank you. And Representative Donald, I just have one more question. So in Miami, we used to have programs for teens, for them to get a job during the summers. We had a bunch of summer programs, and we no longer have those programs anymore. We have programs for teens to get into the arts, finances, just like you, just different jobs. We don't have those programs anymore, and I just would like to know, where do you stand on implementing programs for teens to keep them out of the streets, to give them a head start in their lives, and just to give something to the younger people?
Well, I want to examine those programs in part because I do agree it's important for young people to work. I think it's critical. Apprenticeships going forward are going to be essential for the workforce. When I say not everybody should get a college degree, and I believe this, not everybody should go to college. I think a lot of people need to get the skills and the credentials they need to go directly into the workforce. When I travel the state of Florida, a lot of our business owners, you're the latest in the long list, they're not college graduates. They had a job that they worked at, they were passionate about, they figured out how to bring it together and buy a truck or buy a piece of property, and they started building, and then you look back years down the road and they employ so many people, a lot of them college graduates. So I think it's important to explain to the young kids, if you have a job in the summer, that is a good thing. If Miami-Dade and the state can help you get there, let's examine the finances of that, because we don't want to start a program, sounds cool, but then we don't have the money to continue the program. But when it comes to technical education, workforce education, we have a strong commitment to that. I want children, whether they graduate high school, the state college system, or the university system, that when they walk across whatever stage that is, they have the skills to put food on the table, put a roof over their head, find that girl, I'm a guy, so I'm gonna say find that girl, get married, have some kids, and build their dream in Florida.